So, imagine you're just chilling in the desert, minding your own business, and then, boom, there's a bush on fire, but it's not burning. And then a voice calls out from it. No, this isn't some acid trip. This is Moses, and he's about to get the call of a lifetime. Let's break it down. So Moses is just out here doing his thing, tending to his father-in-law's sheep in the desert. Pretty chill, right? But then, out of nowhere, he sees a bush on fire. And it's not just burning up, it's burning but staying totally intact. No ash, no smoke, just fire. And Moses is like, okay, that's strange, but I guess I'll check it out. And as he gets closer, a voice comes out of nowhere. Moses. What do you do in that situation? Do you run? Do you try to call for help? Nah, Moses doesn't freak out. He's like, okay, I'm listening. So the voice, which turns out to be God himself, starts talking to Moses. And he's like, yo, you're the guy. You're the one who's going to lead my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt and into freedom. And Moses is like, wait, hold up, me? I'm not even Egyptian. I'm like a runaway fugitive. God's like, yeah, but you're the one who's going to do it. And guess what? I'll be with you every step of the way. It's going to be epic. Moses, obviously freaking out, is like, I can't even speak well, God. I'm not that guy. But God, being God, is like, nope, you are that guy, and I'm going to give you everything you need. At this point, Moses is going through the stages of grief. Denial, confusion, bargaining. He's like, okay, but what if they don't believe me? What if I can't do this? And God's like, you've got this. And if not, here's some signs to prove it. First, your staff can turn into a snake. And if that's not cool enough, I'll even give you a disease-free hand. Boom, miracles. Moses is still nervous, but he's getting the message. All right, this is big, real big, but I guess I have no choice now. God's like, you're going to confront Pharaoh, but don't worry, I've got you. So Moses, even though he's doubting himself, is finally like, okay, fine, let's do this. And with that, Moses is set on the path to free the Israelites. Not because he was some super confident guy, but because God had his back the whole time. So, that's the burning bush story. Not about a weird desert fire or a magic bush, but about a dude who didn't think he was the guy for the job, but was exactly the guy God chose. Moral of the story? God doesn't always pick the perfect person. He picks the one willing to trust him. And that's pretty powerful, right? Now, Moses is just coming from the burning bush, right? He knows he's got God on his side, and now it's time for the ultimate showdown, right? Moses versus Pharaoh. Spoiler, it's not even close. Let's break it down. Plagues, miracles, and a lot of splashy drama. All right, let's set the scene. Moses, fresh off his big God-given confidence boost, rolls up to Pharaoh, who's sitting on his royal throne like he's untouchable. And Moses is like, yo, let my people go. Pharaoh's like, nope, no chance. And that, my friends, is when the plagues start. Buckle up. And listen, Pharaoh doesn't just say no once. Oh no, he says it like 7 times. Each time, Moses goes back to God, and boom, another plague. Egypt is not having a good time. First, God turns the Nile into blood. Literal blood. Imagine waking up in the morning to the river being like, nope, no water today, just red goo. That's gotta be a bad vibe. Pharaoh's like, yeah, whatever, we can fix this. But nope, the frogs come. And they come hard. They're everywhere. Your house, your bed, your food. You're just trying to chill, and boom, frog in your soup. Then the gnats. Oh yes, the gnats. You know those tiny bugs that just won't leave you alone? Imagine a whole country dealing with that. And Pharaoh, he's still like, nah, Moses, not gonna happen. And then the wild animals. Imagine lions and bears and random wild animals just showing up in your backyard. Pharaoh's not impressed though. He's like, I'll fix this, don't worry. And each time, each plague, Pharaoh's heart gets harder. He's like, you can't break me. I'm Pharaoh. And then, Boom! Hail and thunder. Lightning everywhere. Imagine trying to walk outside and you get pelted with hail the size of tennis balls. Pharaoh's still being stubborn, and just when you think it can't get any worse, darkness. No sunlight, no moonlight, just total blackness for 3 days. If I'm Pharaoh at this point, I'm reconsidering my life choices. Finally, the big one, the final plague, the death of the firstborn. Every single firstborn son in Egypt dies. That's when Pharaoh finally goes, "All right, Moses, get out of here. Take your people, just go." So after 10 plagues, Pharaoh finally caves. But it's not over yet. The Israelites pack up and head out of Egypt, and Pharaoh, of course, changes his mind and tries to chase them. Big mistake. Big. God parts the Red Sea, and Moses walks the Israelites through on dry land. And then, when Pharaoh's army tries to follow, the waters come crashing down. Bye-bye, Pharaoh. So, Moses versus Pharaoh, well, Moses wins. And it wasn't even close. God showed up, showed out, and put on one heck of a show. Lesson learned, don't mess with God's people. And if you're Pharaoh, maybe don't say no to a guy who talks to a burning bush.
We are free. The Lord is with us.
And that's it for now. We have come to the end of the creation story, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, kindly give us a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to enjoy more Bible stories without getting bored. See you at the next one. Bye for now.
Dusty hymns linger in the air.